Hello everyone and welcome to a new Facebook Live episode with Well Institute. I am Summer Shata, I'm the founder of Well, and I'm very excited about today's topic. Today's topic is the holy world of Eros and the whole world around sensuality, around love, around sexuality. I have been taking a lot of Q&A in my workshops and my work with people around this whole mystery realm of sexuality and sensuality, intimacy, and all that. And today I wanted to share some of that with you. Let us start with a very, very simple definition, the difference between sensuality and sexuality. So sensuality, from the word itself, sensuality is involving all the senses. It's not just your intercourse activities. It's all your senses, the way you look, the way you smell, the way you move, the way you play with the world, the way you open your heart to your passions, the way you embrace your dreams. So you can embrace your dreams so sensually with lots of love. Sexuality is a very interesting topic, and it's one of the big mysteries in our world as human beings. Sexuality in very old days were the gate door to spirituality, and they intermingle together in a very deep way. With our modern world, with the speed, let's go, sexuality became another mundane thing that partners do together. And many of the couples that I see, they come because they want to revive their sexual life. And we talk a lot about that, opening back to the mystery and not taking your partner for granted again. One of the things that I worked with these couples, and they were having a fight over Valentine's Day, and he didn't give me a card and he didn't give me a flower. And what we concluded in this session was, let's deal with Valentine's Day as a test for the temperature of the relationship. If the relationship have actually been doing well throughout the year, it would have been a great opportunity for both partners. And actually neither of the partner will really mind if they received or not received anything on Valentine's Day. Because they will feel that every day was already a loving, sensual, beautiful day. However, when the relationship is already disconnected and people are waiting for these big shiny days to celebrate it, then yes, there will be more conflict than actually connection on that day. Talking about sensuality, sexuality, and love will naturally take us to intimacy. The word intimacy means into me, I see. You cannot see your partner deeper than you are seeing yourself. You cannot connect with your partner in a way that is deeper than the way you're connecting with yourself. There is no way. We are only meeting people with the depth we are meeting ourselves. If you don't acknowledge your own gifts, it's very hard to acknowledge someone else's gifts. If you don't acknowledge your own anger, you can't be okay with someone else's anger. You will need to run, you will need to hide, you will need to suppress their own anger because it makes you very uncomfortable. So knowing the self is what actually create intimacy and connections. And this is what we always say to partners. It's the dance between separatedness and individuality and coming back together and sharing and playing and having a conflict and learning and growing, and now separatedness again. And it's a dance back and forth and back and forth. Okay? One of the things, I was talking to another therapist today, and I asked her, I said, as a woman, what do you want to hear about today? She said, I want to hear about sexual empowerment, how much we as women sometimes take it for granted that we feel desired by men, and men approaches us and saying, like, your partner coming and saying, yeah, I want sex, versus women just waiting to hear that. Let's honor that men as well want to feel desired. Let's honor that men also are human beings who need to hear that they are sexually desired by their partner, and it's important for their partner. So it is that space where you can empower yourself and or do your own work to feel confident in your own self, your sensuality and your sexuality, to actually initiate it and take the lead and own your own sexual power as a woman in your partnership. Now, the real question is how to embrace your Eros and help it to come to you and make you a home for your own sensuality and sexuality and your Eros, and being okay with that. And I call the answer for that the 3 P's, okay? So the first one is practice. Practice and practice. There is no skill in the world that you cannot master without discipline and practicing, okay? So that's really, really, really important. And big part of the practice actually is releasing the shame associated with any sexual expression or any sensual way of being, okay? Because of our cultures, because of our religions, many times we are associating sexuality and sensuality to levels of shame that actually is very, very oppressive to our sexual expression and our sensual expression. And that can be done through your own awareness or working with a mentor or a professional to help you release those inhibitions and those shameful experiences around sensuality and sexuality. Yet, you are keeping also the reverence in how and when you're going to have those expressions, right? I'm not asking you to be a rebellious teenager who's like, you know what, it's suppressive, so I need to even go to the other extreme and be totally overt in my sexuality. If overt sexuality is your genuine expression, it's a different thing than rebelling, okay? So it's very important. So the first thing is practice. The second thing is patience. Be patient with yourself in knowing yourself. Be patient with your partner in their struggles, when they can't respond, when they are learning a new skill, when they don't know what the hell to do with this amount of love they are feeling for you or you are feeling for them, when they feel overwhelmed, when they feel scared. Patience is an extremely important ingredient in sensuality and intimacy between partners and with yourself. Many of the work that I do with people is being patient with yourself. Okay, I know that with my brain. I know that I have anxiety and I need to deal with that, but it's not going away yet. What can I do with that? My answer is, it's okay, just struggle. It's okay to struggle. Pick up your good struggles. This is what will make you who you are as a human being and increase your level of sensuality and sexuality. I read this quote the other day about patience that says, patience draws infinity from limitation. And I really love this quote because this is the reality. When we are patient, we are allowing something new to come. We're allowing our own ability to be with the mystery, not trying to run away from the mystery and not trying to run towards the mystery. Just be with the mystery as a living, breathing being. Okay? The third thing is prayer and ritual. Very, very important. I don't care what is your spiritual background, what do you believe in, what is your spiritual activities. I care about that you feel connected to something bigger than you as a human being. Whether that something bigger than you is your higher self, it's inside of you, it's God, it's goddess, it's nature, whatever it is. Prayer is very important. It's your human heart melting with the divine heart, manifested in whatever way you are seeing it and you are believing in it. Prayers take you from the limited way of being as a human being to something bigger. So you are seeing the bigger vision of something. You are not just trapped into something small. Rituals is a very interesting topic, and it always takes us to the idea of how when we rhythmically, like a drum, do something ritually, it actually creates a sacred container for our way of being. Okay, very important that the ritual is it protects, encourages, and guides us into crossing into the unknown. It makes the unknown a joyful territory versus this terrifying thing that we don't know what's going to happen in it, and we can't breathe, and our breath becomes shallow, and our thinking become catastrophic. Instead, it just makes you maybe excited about it, maybe just allowing it to happen instead of getting in your own way. I'm going to read you this quote from the Irish poet John Donahue. He's amazing, and he writes a lot of poetry about blessings and rituals. He was talking about crossing into the unknown, into the mystery, when you are creating anything, when you are creating a new sensual relationship to your current partner, when you are creating a new sexuality, when you are creating a new way of being with people that you have always been around. And he says, in such crossing, we need to find new words. What's nearest to the heart is furthest from the words. And ritual do that. It helps you to create, protect, and encourage you to stepping and crossing into this new territory of the unknown. Okay? So my final tip for you today, go and love your senses. Go and shed away the layers that told you that talking in a certain way, or moving in a certain way, or being in a certain way is embarrassing or shameful. Play with yourself in front of the mirror. Try to talk with different voices. Try to move in different ways. Find the way that is most aligned with your authentic self and who you are. I was asked the other day by a woman who was very honest with me, and she said, I don't enjoy my sexual connection with my partner anymore. What can I do with that? And my first answer was, before even going there, ask yourself, are you comfortable with your own sexual expressions? Are you comfortable with who you are as a woman? So when we are in that space, and when we bring it back to ourselves first, before trying to solve it from the outside in, it brings more clarity and more authenticity. Yet we are not seeking perfection. I'll end it today by a poem that I have written, and I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath, relax, and I'm going to read for you a poem called Penetration as a Prayer. Penetration is the act of total surrender. 1 second, you guys, the music is a little bit high for what I want. Here we go. Okay. Penetration is the act of total surrender, the sweet surrender, the full embracement and allowance to be saturated with love, with unity, with oneness. Penetration is you opening and opening, surrendering every inch of you to love. Is he worshipping your temple, allowing himself to be vulnerable in you, inside of you, inside your temple, your womb. Penetration is you welcoming his most vulnerable expression and embracing it in the wisdom, darkness, and blood of your womb. It's him expressing his deepest secrets, his love, pain, joy, war, scars, wounds, and it's you taking him in and guiding him through the levels of worshipping your temple. And with each level, you both shed more masks along the way. Penetration is the prayer of unconditional acceptance and love. It's she uttering, I am taking you in fully as you are, all of you. It's he murmuring, I want to sweat my prayers, be in you, within you, as vulnerable as I can be. I want to take off my armor and my shield at the gate of your temple. Will you allow me? It's she, I am opening for you and just for you. Inspire me, ignite my fires, my passions, my love to you. It's he I'm seeking inside. inspiration, focus, connection, and love. It's my language, my communication. It's she. Come on in, dear beloved, as deep as you can be. It's here where you can shed your tears, allow your joys and fears, becoming you, for us to be one and true. It's he. Set me free of the prison of my ego, my rules, my over-responsibilities, my guilt, my fear of entrapment, my fear of commitment. It's she. Set me free of my containment. Embrace me. Allow me to be. Yes, I need permission sometimes. Protect my freedom to be. He smiled. She winked. And the dance of freedom was initiated. I hope you enjoyed our today Facebook Live, and I am hoping and praying for all of us to embrace our freedom, our sensuality, our sexuality from this very deep sense of reverence and love for ourselves, for our souls, and express that with a lot of joy, sensitivity, soulful expression. And until our next encounter, take care of your precious self. Thank you.